Wode is in serious trouble. He says every Ghanaian should own a vacation home in the Volta region, and it's causing such a stir on social media. A whole broadcast, radio station, TV station took it on, discussed it during the week, and people are not happy about what Wode said. In this video, we are going to look at the implications of building vacation homes in the Volta region, and also what opportunities are there for the Volta region. Everything that you need to know about that. But before we get into the meat and bones of today's discussion, my daughter says she wants to say thank you to you people. So please come and say your thank you. Look directly into the camera and talk to them.
Hello, guys. And we are 3 years this week.
Wow.
Thank you for the love you showed us on our birthday.
Okay.
And my name is Inkuni. I'm passing this over to Frank. He's come to do an amazing show.
Look at them.
Have fun and enjoy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Right. So give some shout outs to Inkuni whilst you comment on where you are watching from. Really, really important to us. Thank you so much for joining us on today's live. Now, first of all, let's get straight into the topic of the day. Now, remember, if you want to join in the live interactive session, there's a link that is going to be put in the WhatsApp community or in the YouTube chat, right? So you can click on it and then share your thoughts in real time. Now, let's go straight into today's discussion. The first trending topic is that people are beginning to quote building prices in Ghana cedis. And this is really amazing because it's unheard of. Previously, every property that you see in Ghana is hundreds of thousands of dollars, especially within the Accra area. Now, this post by Val Real Estate says, studios and one beds, 1 minute from Kotoka International Airport. Secure your unit for 368,000 cedis deposit. Right. And so this goes to highlight the fact that today, the dollar rate has significantly reduced. In fact, I did not see this coming at all, that the dollar rate is around 12 cedis and has a potential to reduce even further. Can you imagine? And so people who are selling their houses in dollars are beginning to panic. People who were treating the whole economy and dollarizing it are beginning to panic. So guess what? I asked one huge developer that we met, right, that since you guys are quoting your properties in dollars, like let's say a 2-bedroom house is selling for $100,000, 3-bedroom selling for $150,000. If by chance the dollar reduces to 1 cedi, are you still going to sell the house for 100,000 cedis, 150,000 cedis? And you can see that it's creating a huge concern for them. And people are saying, no, if it happens like that, they are going to increase the cost of the houses to millions of cedis just so that they can make their money for it. Now, on the live interaction, we have Etonam, we have other people who want to join. So please, if you want to join to share your thoughts, all you need to do is to click the link in the chat and you'd be able to join. Etonam, what do you think about the dollar rate reducing and the implications of that? Deshola Dawkins, it's good to have you here. We can see you on camera. So you can mute, and then at any point in time, we'll call on you to share your thoughts. So, Etonam, let's have your feedback.
So, it's reducing, right? And it's just funny when you see the signboards being put in CDs now. Now, things you were buying for expensive are becoming slightly cheaper. And it's really funny when you think about it, because why are you all running away? When the dollar becomes 1 cedi, we will buy your cars and houses for 1 cedi.
Right, I completely agree with you. So it kind of created a dilemma for people. People don't know whether to convert their dollars into cedis, or people should rather buy dollars now. It's created a very interesting, situation that we haven't really seen in this Fourth Republic, because year after year, the dollar rate has increased significantly up to the point where the cedi had to be redenominated, right? So for people who don't know, the current cedi that we hear of, and we say maybe a house is selling for 100,000 Ghana cedis, is actually 1 billion old cedis. And because the value was like how Zimbabwe is, we took 10,000 off it. So we literally took like 4 zeros off the cedi. And so every amount that you hear today used to be bigger previously. And we are seeing a lot of impact because of that, right? One of the major impacts was that previously you could have like smaller currencies. And so if you are purchasing something, you can get change. And then also, if there's even increment or inflation of goods, it moves from minute units. But now, let's say Kinke is 5 cedis. If they are increasing it to 6 cedis, meaning it has moved from 1 cedi, right? But that 1 cedi is 10,000. Previously, it could move to maybe 100, 200, 300, and all these things have really impacted our economy. And so, for me, the major reason that I've identified as to why the cedi is, doing better as against the dollar, the reducing dependency on the dollar, right? And then there's more price stability, there's more affordable home ownership, it's protecting by some exchange rates volatility, easier mortgage approvals, and economic benefits. But one thing I would also say is that the current government in power in Ghana, right, has not started any significant spending, because when we start spending, that's when you're going to be hearing all these prices being quoted in dollars, like let's say road construction. Everything in Ghana is dollarized, and so the government will tell you maybe 1 kilometer of road is $10 million. And so if they decide to do roads, then you know that we are spending a lot of dollars, right? They haven't actually started spending, and that is also contributing to it. Again, we know the US and China war and all that, it's significantly impacted on the US dollar's performance, right? And so all these factors have come in at a very crucial time where the foreigners, the people who live in the diaspora, are worried, because previously $100 were giving them maybe 1,600, 1,700 cedis, and it could do a lot in terms of purchasing bags of cement, iron rods, and stuff. Today, that same 100 bags of $100 is giving them 1,200 cedis. So they've lost, like, let's say 500 to 600 cedis. And the higher the amount, the more money that they've lost in terms of purchasing power. So the foreigners are not happy, the locals are happy. Now, speaking of foreigners not happy and locals are happy, Wode is in serious trouble. He's in big trouble. Now, Wode influence is so huge. He's one of the biggest YouTubers in Ghana, if not the biggest YouTuber. And so for somebody who has millions of subscribers and his audience is primarily people not even living in Ghana, but people living outside of Ghana and especially outside of Africa looking to move to Ghana and Africa, it sends a very strong signal, right? If you say everybody should get a vacation home in a particular region in Ghana, then it's serious. Even if you say just every Ghanaian, Ghanaians are like 32 million. If we take the working population, we can say, let's say 10 million. 10 million people are moving into the Volta region is going to cause serious chaos. And trust me, a lot of people on the internet were not excited about this news at all. And so we are going to read some of the comments. We are going to see what we need to know about this, the implications to the people who live there, the consequences, the opportunities, and the threats, and everything that you need to know about the Volta region. I want you to keep commenting where you're watching from. Right, so we have Claudia saying, Inkunim, we love our future engineer. Amazing. Kojo Brew says, well, you have a lovely daughter. Edward Edu says, I'll put my house project on hold till prices fall. Really? I see. And he says, I'll put the house project on hold till prices drop. So keep your comments coming. We'll read all of them. Hero the Legend says, good evening, boss, all the way from Wale Wale. Fantastic. Good to have you here from Wale Wale. So let's go into the post from Wode, and then let's see what others are saying concerning that. So literally, he said, every Ghanaian should definitely own a vacation home in the Volta region. That region is Ghana's best kept secret. But Wode, if something is a secret that has been kept for so long, why are you tweeting this with your influence for everybody to know that, Charlie, there's something good over here that you should move and go and take? Right? Why are you doing that? The people in the Volta region were not excited at all. And it became like a regional conflict or discussion or debate where the people in the Greater Accra region, the originals, like the people whose hometown is Accra. It's hard to imagine that somebody's hometown is Accra, but people whose hometown is Accra, like the Gans, right? We're also saying that, well, a lot of you have moved from your other regions and you've come to settle in Accra. And that has also kind of displaced the Gans, and other nationalities and other tribes have taken over the capital, right? And so we should not even bring this conversation. So I want you to comment and let me know. Comment and let me know. Let me go to my live interaction. Again, if you want to join, the link is in the WhatsApp community. Etonam, you could kindly also just put it in the YouTube live chat so that we look at it. But Deshola Dawkins, please, we want to know from your perspective, right? I'm sure you are interested in living in Ghana if you don't already live in Ghana. Have you been to the Volta region, and what are your thoughts of the Volta region, or which part of Ghana would you want to live at? So you can unmute and then share your thoughts now, Deshola Dawkins.
Hello, everybody. So yes, I'm currently living here in Ghana, and I am staying in Accra, but I have bought land in the in Goma East. And now I have been to the Volta region since I've been here. And well, I'm sorry, I have not been to the Volta region. The closest I've been has been Koforidua, which is very beautiful in that area. But I don't think that, anybody should recommend that everybody go to a certain area because it'll be, like you said, chaotic. That's my comment.
Wow, thank you so much for your comments. We really, really appreciate that. Now, the article has been posted in the chat by Etonam, so you can click on it to read and see all the responses, right? All the responses. It's really, really interesting. Now, again, we have issues, right? We have issues in Ghana because it's as if we are cursed. We are blessed with so much natural resources like gold, diamonds, everything you could want. We have it in Ghana. But guess what? Now, illegal mining is seriously affecting a lot of regions in Ghana. Formerly, they were doing it on water bodies. Last year, there were lots of protests and people were complaining about it and all that. And these things are being perpetrated mostly by foreign nationals, right? A lot of the mining companies in Ghana are not even owned by Ghanaians. A lot of it are owned by Chinese, South Africans, other nationals. And that's fine if it's approved mining, but there's the illegal mining on the water bodies. Then they move from there to mining on farmlands, right? To the point where cocoa production was greatly affected this year. And health implications, people are falling sick and all that is very terrible, right? Now, it has gone to another level, which for me, I just don't understand. The level it's gotten to is that people are breaking people's houses to mine because your house is literally sitting on gold. Ghana used to be called the Gold Coast, and gold was everywhere. And people have said that, oh, there's gold under people's houses. So either they break your house, or if you don't agree to let them break your house, they are going to start mining under your house. And there's this video which is really, really troubling and very, very troubling. And I want us to take a look at it. It's sad, right? So let's look at it now.
You see this street is blocked with these heaps of sand over here. It's not because of anything, it's because of mining beneath homes here at Utumase. And so this area has been declared an unsafe zone because the place is compromised and it is already caving in. And that is why they put the sand here so vehicles cannot pass here to prevent the place from totally collapsing.
So let me just explain what you are seeing on your shot. What you are seeing on your shot is people digging under the foundation of people's houses, right? So you are living in your house, but people have come to dig into the foundation, gone underground, and are mining gold. This is disaster waiting to happen in several communities. Serious disaster waiting to happen in several communities. And I am urging the ministers who are responsible in these regions, the municipal assemblies, the district assemblies, the DCEs and the NCEs to take action immediately. Else the kind of disaster that we are going to see is going to be unprecedented. Look at this. So it's causing cracks in people's houses because they are doing a lot of machinery work and digging and stuff like that under people's houses in entire communities, and this is some of the challenges that we get when people hear that, oh, there's opportunity in Ghana for gold, there's opportunity in the Volta region. Imagine that they find gold in the Volta region, and I wouldn't be shocked that there's gold in the Volta region. It means that what we are seeing here is a potential likelihood in the Volta region as well. And we need to address this topic. We really, really need to address this topic. Else we are going to have serious issues, right? Serious issues. So let's get into the topic of the day and see what people are saying with regards to what Wode said. And then let's come back and have our talk, right? So somebody responded and said, there's a certain annoying audacity with which Wode comments on complex issues. And the person was asking if Wode has spoken to the locals. Did they tell you they are comfortable with an influx of non-Ewes moving in and buying land and property next to them? Why do you think the place has a unique vibe, right? And so here again, people are saying that Volta region is unique because it's maintained its historical integrity, it's maintained its cultural sanctity, right? It's not like Accra that's overcrowded, oversaturated, noisy, and polluted. In fact, the Volta region has one of the cleanest townships, cities, roads that I've seen, right? Anybody who has traveled there will attest to it, that it's one of the cleanest places you are going to find. And so if everybody is moving there, it's going to turn into another Accra, right? It's like the way other people travel to other countries. Like sometimes it's sad that you go to a black community outside of Ghana, in US, etc., and you see that the same kind of bad lifestyle that they were living here in Ghana, they've taken it over there and they've created slums and stuff like that. So people are saying, no, keep the Volta region. Let's preserve it. If every part of Accra is being spoiled by high-rise buildings, pollution and stuff, let's keep the spiritual, economic, cultural sanctity of the Volta region. And I want to hear your thoughts. Should we let the Volta region be like a tourist destination? People should only go there when they want to go and relax and come back. Or should people go and build vacation homes there and travel back to the USA, Canada, Europe, and go and live there? Now, for me, one of the major concerns and issues I have with especially Ghanaians living in the diaspora who come and build big, big houses, right, in Ghana, is that anytime they go and buy land in such places, the value of the land appreciates because the kind of houses they will build, the kind of houses you guys will build, because you people who are watching, 70% of my audience don't even live in Ghana. You people will build mansions, 16-bedroom houses. Last time we were going to Prampan, we saw a 16-bedroom house for sale. Why are you building a 16-bedroom house? Causing the value of the land in that area to inflate and appreciate that high, and you are not living in the country, right? You see people going to buy land in places that are costing 10,000 cedis, 20,000 cedis. Right now, Pram is selling at such an expensive price because most of the people who are building there are in the diaspora, East Legon Hills and stuff like that. East Legon Hills is selling for $70,000, $100,000, even $150,000 because people who have a lot of disposable income or previously who had a lot of dollars, pounds, euros, when they bring it down to Ghana, maybe $100,000, you do 2 years of work and you're able to afford that, right? And you come to Ghana, you come and buy one plot of land, which previously was selling for maybe 50,000 cedis. Because you are willing to pay for it, Now the price of the land doesn't come down again. And the locals like us who live in Ghana, work in Ghana, and earn Ghana cedis cannot afford. How am I going to afford $100,000 land? Even if I can afford it, I'm not going to use my money to buy $100,000 land because I live here in Ghana, I work in Ghana, and I earn in cedis. And as the exchange rate kept increasing, it was affecting all of us. So please, a very passionate appeal to you people living in the diaspora who are watching this video. Come and build houses, but plan to live here. Look, let me tell you a story. There's one person within our community who is building at East Legon, not East Legon Hills, East Legon. And he contacted me that he wanted to complete the house. And he started a house over 20 to 30 years ago, right? To the point where the expensive ceramic tiles that he bought from US shipped to come and use in Ghana are looking very outdated. Even the design of the house, those days, the olden houses, they have these huge columns and things like that, arches and all these things. He did a lot of it, and he felt that his house design kind of looks outdated, and so he contacted us to help to modernize it, do renovations, change the tiles, change the bathrooms, do so many things, right? He's left Ghana. He's built a very successful life in the US, lives there with his wife and kids. None of his family is in Ghana. Started a building project 25 years in East Legon, like the proper East Legon, not the slum part of East Legon. And he bought 4 plots of land. Now this person has bought a house, has bought a land, built on it, has caused the value of the land to increase. I'm sure he was one of the people who made East Legon so valuable because the house is big and sitting on almost 4 plots. Big house. Nobody lives in it. It's just a caretaker. And so when you do this, you are worrying the rest of us, my people. You are really disturbing our lives. So please, let's look at it. Let me read some of the comments and I'll come back to you. So Danny DCT says, this is Ghana's biggest issue. Laws are there, but where is the enforcement? Nobody is proactive. Those diggings should be easy to catch and prosecute, but as usual, nothing is done. Edward Edu says, leave my big house alone. Look, I need a room for each of my kids, my dogs and cats. I know you're being sarcastic, but that is the main issue that we are having. People who are building these kind of big houses think their kids will want to come and live here. When I was talking to that man who has built at the East Legon, he says his kids don't even want to come to Ghana. And he comes to Ghana once a year from Christmas to early part of January. And he goes back to the USA. You come and spend 3 weeks in Ghana and you've spent millions of dollars on a property that has caused the whole neighborhood's prices to increase. You guys are not helping us. Build, but if you are building, come and live here so that we all enjoy it together. I think there's someone's hand up. Okay, so Etonam wants to share something, so let me give him the opportunity. Etonam, please come in.
Yeah, I think it's fair to let everybody know that it is not every part of the Volta region that is close to the sea or that is close to a river body or beach. The common misconception people have is that when you go to the Volta region, you're only going to see, you're going to see a lot of beaches and nice sites. It's not every part of the Volta region that is beside the beach. So if your idea of a vacation home is that you are going for a beach area and you think that it is the entire Volta region that you get that experience, no, you'll not get that. Yes, the parts that they show you are nice. The Volta region is a beautiful place. No traffic, good roads, all the nice things. They are there. But it is not every part that is beside the sea or beach. Let me just highlight that for the other people that think that from the tweet he made, when you go to the Volta region, you're going to see everywhere you look or you turn, you see some coconut tree with some beach. It's not like that everywhere. There are parts that are closer to the road. In fact, I think it's about 4 to 5 areas that are beside the sea. The Keta, Anglonga, Adan, Anyuiwo, Wuti. Those areas are beside the sea. The rest of them are just like Accra, let me put it like that. All right. So it is a secret. It's a hidden area, fantastic, but it's not every part of it that is by the sea. That's what I wanted to tell them.
Right. Thank you so much, Etonam, for adding that context. And I think it's really, really important. So this is someone's response to Wode. He says, you travel to Volta region and you love the experience. That's fine. you can recommend it for visitors. Asking people to own vacation homes there will create economic and cultural problems for the locals. Look at the gas situation in Accra for reference, right? And this person is not happy at all with Wode, and I can completely understand his frustration. Completely understand his frustration with Wode. That you are big, like you're a celebrity. You have hundreds of millions of people who are watching your videos every month. And so telling people that when they come to Ghana, they should go and own vacation homes in the Volta region is going to create cultural problems for them. Volta region is what it is because other people are not there, right? And the thing is, it presents opportunities. People have tried to build businesses in the Volta region and they collapsed. Like, it's shocking that businesses have collapsed in the Volta region. Let's go and look at this particular topic where there's a news article on businesses collapsing in the Volta region, right? So this was written by GBC Ghana Online, and it says economic realities of the Volta region, business struggles and future prospects. And this was just February 6th, 2025. It says the recent closure of Kentucky Fried Chicken in Ho and the discontinuation of Africa World Airlines and other intercity flights by aviation sector players to the Volta regional capital paints a concerning picture of the region's economic realities. Both business cited low patronage as the primary reason for their withdrawal, sparking discussions about residents' purchasing power, the business climate, and the broader economic outlook of the city. So this is a picture of the KFC that was at Ho, and this collapse. It says, while these closures may not indicate a complete economic downturn, they raise critical questions about the spending habits of the local population, the region's ability to sustain large commercial investments, and what the future holds for business operations in the area. The Volta region has always been known for its rich tourism potential, agriculture, and cross-border trade with Togo. However, these recent events suggest that significant structural challenges must be addressed to make the region more attractive to investors and businesses. Right. Now, he says, is there growth or stagnation in the place? He says, the regional capital of the Volta region has seen infrastructural growth over the years with new hotels, shopping centers, and road networks improving accessibility. The opening of KFC in the municipality in December 2021 was initially seen as a sign of economic progress, signaling investor confidence in the region's purchasing power and economic viability. However, its closure suggests that either the expected customer base was not strong enough to sustain operations or that the spending culture of residents did not align with the brand's pricing model. Right. So again, if you delve deeper into this story, KFC was open and in just 3 years, it had to fold. And it folded because if you look at the earning power of people in the Volta region, it's not that high, right? There aren't a lot of jobs. The people who are in the Volta region are mostly farmers or fisher folks, right? That is what a lot of people over there do. Then there are the small trades. And then there's also the people who are at the Keta side, who are close to the border, right? Hohoi and stuff like that. And they can do trade with Togo. So you hear people say they are going to Togo to buy cars and stuff like that and bring to Ghana. Or they are going to buy shea butter, they are going to buy jeans. Togo jeans is very popular in Ghana, right? So there's the border part. Then like Etonam said, there's the coastal side with the nice beaches. Right? So we'll look at some very, cinematic shots of the Volta region, the ones that allure people. People get excited when they see that. And then there are the tourism centers. So there are the mountains, the hills, which a lot of them exist. Then there's also the waterfalls, the monkey sanctuary, and then the low cost of land. These are the good items that you can consider when you want to purchase land in the Volta region. However, if you intend to do business, if KFC started and after 3 years they collapsed, maybe it's telling us something. Again, Africa World Airlines, which is one of the biggest flights, local flights, had regular trips to Volta region. but they also went out of business because they were not getting a lot of people who were flying to Ho. They're not getting a lot of people, right, from Accra to Ho and Ho to Accra. So you can get maybe flights where the flight is not full. And after multiple, what's the opposite of not full? Empty flights, right? As a business owner, you are going to have to take business decisions and say, let me cut my losses because it's very expensive running an airline company. And so they also stopped. And currently there are no flights that go to Ho, the regional capital of the Volta region. Right, so let me read some of your comments and then we proceed. Okay, someone says, Next Level Vision Incorporated says, I agree with you to a certain extent. People should buy what they can afford. IND2ND says, I keep saying that Ghana doesn't need to be overdeveloped. Emmanuel Sekofi says, please, off topic, I learned there could be a reduction in price of cement in the coming days. Is that true if you have an idea about that? Thank you. Well, let me use this opportunity to address. I've seen a lot of misinformation on the internet, and some people are peddling rumors that cement prices have been reduced to 82 cedis. It is completely false. We have a team who go around and check prices of building materials at different places, and the price is still hovering between 120 to 130 cedis. In fact, some people even bought their cement at 145 Ghana cedis. The potential for prices to reduce, yes, if the dollar price doesn't increase again, right? Then maybe after 3 months, we'll probably see the cement prices coming down. But then it's also being forecasted that by September, October, the price of the dollar is going to go back to where it was. So I'm sure business owners, industries, traders are all considering these factors and are looking at what is the best reduction they can do and for which period. So let's keep our eyes closed. The good thing is Africa Building Hub, we will keep you updated on the latest prices of building materials. So if this is your first time finding us, please by all means subscribe, right? Turn on all your notifications, like this video. It tells YouTube that, oh, this video is really, really good content and should be supported. Right, so let me read some of the comments. Next Level Vision Inc. says, Emmanuel, I'm also curious to learn more about this. Okay, so I've answered that. IND2ND says, I've seen where he hails from. Let them go build vacation homes over there. So IND2ND is not excited with Wademaya at all, right? And he's saying that he's seen where Wademaya comes from. I think Wademaya comes from Takrady or something like that. And he's saying Wademaya should tell people to go and build vacation homes in Takrady. I'm sure IND2ND is probably from the Volta region, so he's not excited at all. If you are from the Volta region, comment and let us know whether you're watching the live or the replay. Would you want everybody to come and live in the Volta region, which potentially could bring a lot of business opportunities? Because if they are building vacation homes, obviously we are going to need artisans, and most of the artisans would be from the locality. Cement, building materials are going to be purchased from there, right? And it's going to bring a lot of opportunities. Don't you want that? Right. AC says, but this is how some of these areas will develop. Exactly. Like I'm saying, it's going to create a lot of opportunities. With some of these developments, you would see hotels coming up, you see markets coming up, you see banks coming in. And then maybe KFC can come back because there are a lot of foreigners now in the area who have the appetite to, eat the kind of food that people want. Right. Flavors of the Continent says, if Accra and Kumasi can accept everyone, including Voltarians, why not Volta region? This is very interesting, right? So, again, I want to know, if you are team, everybody should move to the Volta region. Comment and let us know. If you are a team, everybody should stay away. Let us know. If you are for development in the Volta region, to change it to make the Volta region look like Accra, comment and let us know. And if you are for preserving the cultural identity and sanctity of the Volta region, comment and let us know. Right, IND2ND says, I'm not from the Volta, right? So you are just passionate about we having a place in Ghana that is not tainted with the kind of pollution and overcrowding we see in Accra. Right, I get you, and it makes a lot of sense. So let's continue with the news article. It says, similarly, the decision by African World Airlines and other players in the aviation industry to discontinue flights to Ho came as a surprise to many. Air travel was expected to boost business and tourism, making Ho more accessible to investors and travelers. However, the withdrawals suggest that the anticipated demand for flights was either overestimated or not nurtured adequately. With major roads connecting the Volta region to Accra and other parts of the country improving, many travelers may still prefer the affordability of road transport over the convenience of flying. Now, speaking of road transport and the convenience of flying, let me show you what the road to the Volta region looks like. This is Ho. This is the city of Ho. And look at this road. Like, it has way better roads than places in Accra. I mean, look at this. Dual carriage roads. You are not going to get head-on collisions. Look at this beautiful Adome Bridge. Look at the mountains and the hills, right? This is not necessarily the Volta region, but this is on the road to Ho. You see a lot of beautiful things that you don't see even in Accra, right? So the tourism potential, if you are a Gen Z and you want to be taking pictures for the gram and TikTok, oh, the potential is just there. It's there and it's great, right? Look at, I mean, it's just beautiful. And me, I'm a sucker for nature. I love greenery, I love hills, I love mountains. And when I see things like this, I get so excited. The quality of the roads, they even have street lights that work. And the streets are so clean. You are not going to be seeing rubbish. You're not going to be seeing gutters that are choked and need to be desilted and all that. This is the main road leading to Ho, right? And you can see all the mountains in the background. You can see like the quality of the road. You will not get this even on the Accra-Kumasi road, you know. And this is somebody who documented an entire journey from Accra to Ho. The full video is 10 minutes, so let's skip to where they get to some of the principal streets. And look at how clean the place is. Oh my, just beautiful. And then when you get into the township itself, the roads are still really, really good. You have a lot of government offices, ministries. You have Electricity Company of Ghana, Ghana Water Company, and things like that. You have Ho Polytechnic, which is now like a technical university. You have hospitals and other things, right? So this is a walk through the principal streets. And like I said, you are not going to be seeing the kind of filth that you see in Accra. This is just amazing. 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 Look at all these things. Right. So let me pause here and let's get back to the video and read some of your comments. Right. So someone says, okay, AC says, I see a lot of these areas are now modernizing because of lack of investments. What needs to happen is local governments must find a way to integrate the new and the old. Okay. So are you saying they are not modernizing or they are now modernizing? Right? Let's be clear on that. But I agree with you. We need to be able to find a way where we are creating opportunities for the people who live there so that everybody doesn't move to Accra, but then still preserving the tourist sites, preserving the spiritual roots, preserving the nice cultural areas, the waterfalls, the mountain hikes, and all those things. Right. IND2 and he says, wow, Ho is beautiful. I'm gonna try to go there next time I'm in Ghana. Fantastic. So yeah, it's way more beautiful than this. Again, we have other videos, right? So let's just watch this for a few seconds. Then I'll show you some beautiful shots of mountainous areas. You are going to just love it. So you can see how the streets are clean. And you see a lot of trees everywhere, right? You see a lot of trees everywhere. Unlike Accra, where all the trees have been cut down, everywhere is noisy, everywhere is polluted. You can't even breathe fresh quality air. And the good thing is, with the Volta region also, when you plant like cocoa, you plant coconut, you plant palm nuts, you plant corn and stuff, they really do well. Now, just check out this view. You may think that this is a movie, right? But this is a place in Ghana. This amazing scene. Look at the way the fog has come in. Like, you are almost touching the clouds. Like, you are touching heaven. My goodness. Forest, tree cover, vegetation. See the hills and the mountains in the background. And this is Ho in the Volta region. This is just beautiful. And this is not AI generated, just in case somebody is thinking this is AI generated. This video was shot way before AI came into the picture, and now everybody makes content with AI, and it's difficult to tell what is real or what is not, right? This is such a beautiful, amazing stuff, and we just love to see it. Look at the clouds. My goodness, it's just so beautiful. Wow. Drop some fire emojis if you are liking the view. For me, this is just like it's the best feeling in the world. Nothing can be compared to this. As paradise. And this is what I don't want us to go and destroy. Look at the view going through the mountains, and you can climb up, and then you see the whole township over there. This is Ho in the Volta region. Oh, Charlie. I'm just impressed with the beauty and the handwork of God. Etonam, do you have anything to say at this point? You can come on camera and share your thoughts, and I'm mute as well.
For the Volta region, Charlie, the Volta region is beautiful. I mean, I won't lie, right? One of the nicest places you'd actually ever be. I mean, there are other nice places. From the video you shared, I mean, Ebri also is also this beautiful. They can always get properties in Ebri as well. And I know people will be like, no, don't get properties in Ebri. But you can get properties anywhere. As long as you're gonna, Charlie, if we keep the whole Ghana neat and I will not be worried about this. If we were keeping the place neat, we will not have this thought or problem or worry. Plus, Odimaya hasn't said anything bad so far, so good. I know he has a big platform, but he's just sharing his excitement. Maybe the context or the way in which he puts it is not appropriate or right, but the Volta region is fantastic. But I don't think he'll be in big trouble, but yeah, it's fine.
Well, people are not excited with him at all. And we are going to even listen to a discussion from Bernard Avle and Richard Sky. They had such a huge debate this weekend. So let me read some of the comments from the YouTube live chat. Someone says, Hero the Legend says, North, I'm sure you're saying up north, there's very good land all over, but there are no investors. True. And we'll look at this in another video. Next Level Vision Incorporated says, for me, I really enjoy living closer to the countryside, but as long as the roads are upgraded, I would love to see improvements and other necessary amenities, such as hospitals and shopping malls. Interesting. And IND2ND is putting the fire emojis in the chat. Next Level Vision Inc. says, this is breathtaking. I mean, I could watch videos of Ho all day. Like, it's just beautiful. Really beautiful. And this is also another place in Ho. And when you watch it, it's just fantastic. Right. It's beautiful. And like I said, there are trees. This is something you don't see a lot in Accra, trees. But Ho has a lot of trees, and it's just fantastic to see. Really fantastic to see. And you can see all the hills in the background and all that. Really amazing stuff. So for me, I think that let's invest heavily in this place. Let's make sure that people are getting the right things when it comes to Ho. Look at the hills and the valleys and the mountains and stuff like that. It's just a sight to see, right? I love mountains and hills. Though they are very expensive to build on, but I love the views that they present, and it just brings you closer to nature. It makes you touch grass. We are in a concrete jungle, an industrial digital world, and people have lost touch of the way nature can be so beautiful. Somebody is asking, are land prices reasonable in the Volta region? Right. I think you are just on point, because the next part of this discussion, we are looking at the cost of land in different areas. Now, we did our research, and the average cost of land for sale in the Volta region is about 68,000 cedis. Etonam wants to say something. So yeah, Etonam, please come in.
Yeah, so I mean, you are saying ho, right? But there's also Wuti, there's also Keta, right? So in as much as Ho is beautiful, let me also add that there's also Angwaga, there's also Wuti, there's also Keta. I'm adding that to the whole conversation, and you see amazing resorts, you see beautiful beaches, fantastic road. I mean, the people there don't really experience traffic, right? When we all decide to migrate to the Volta region, we'll go and cause traffic over there. I don't think we want that kind of traffic that there is in Accra. So, aside Ho, there's also Wuti, Esketa, and Angola. So let me just add that as we proceed.
Right. I think you are spot on, right? And it's good to bring me back to it because even in Accra, there are the popular areas and there are the less popular areas. And Ghana is not just Accra, but when we talk of Ghana, a lot of people think about Accra. So I could also make the mistake of just talking about Ho when they are very popular areas. So let's look at the cost of land in different areas in the Volta region, right? And so, like I was saying, on average, when we did our research, the average cost of land is about 68,000 cedis per plot, 100 by 70. Now, the prices vary based on the location, the size, and the features. And in Accra, right, the premium or prime areas we'll talk about will be kind of like cantonments, Laboni, Ridge, and stuff like that. In the Volta region, the prime areas are Ho, Kita, Sogakope. These are the very populated parts of the Volta region. And Ho is the regional capital and it's also having like a lot of administrative offices. So like I said, ministries, ECG head office, and all those like regional offices, Ghana Water regional office. You see a lot of regional office, administrative offices, and urbanized communities in Ho. And then there's Keta, which is a coastal town attracting tourism and investment due to its beaches and historical sites. So a lot of the videos that you are going to be seeing of the Volta region, a lot of the pictures that people shared on Twitter when Wode posted this. So people were sharing pictures from their gallery of their visits to the Volta region. Those pictures you see of blue beaches and resorts and things like that, you are looking at Keta, right? So if I'm just saying this so that anybody who wants to invest in the Volta region, you have proper context. If you want to do the urbanized places, or if you want to do like resorts and stuff, you are looking at Keta. And then there's also Sogakope, right? That's also very like close to the Volta River. Then there are the low budget areas that for me, I think a lot of opportunity exists for people to be able to do good things over there. Adaklu, Pando, because the land over there is cheaper and also is very suitable for agriculture. And like I said, the land in Ho is blessed. Anything you plant will grow. So if you want to do acres of farmland, these lands are very cheap. Etonam, you were saying last time that you could get land for farming at how much? Tell us.
So I was saying that you could get land for farming for, if you can hear me, you can get it for 5,000 for 4 years. Yeah, you can get land for 5,000 cedis for 4 years. Yeah, if you want to farm. Yeah.
Cedis. 5,000 cedis for 4 years is not a lot of money. 5,000 cedis for 4 years. It's almost like 1,000 cedis a year. So 100 cedis a month or even less. And I think it's really good. AC says this can be maintained by creating an ordinance or a law, a decree, which says that building can only be so high and there must be space between buildings. I understand. So he's saying that so that it doesn't become as densely populated as Accra, we need to pass some planning laws and stuff like that. Interesting point. Now, what is a holiday home? That's what the Maya is telling us to go and do. But before we get into that, let's look at the prices of rent in the Volta region. So before this video went live, we did some research on how much rent is going for now. A 2-bedroom apartment in Ho, which is prime area, is going for 2,200 cedis per month. A 4-bedroom house is going for 2,000 cedis per month in the same area, top city, which is so cheap because in Accra, a 4-bedroom house, you are looking at 5,000 cedis plus, right? And you can see the pictures of the houses over here. So a 2-bedroom apartment in the same top city is going for 1,500. It looks pretty fine. You can find a 2,500 cedis per month 3-bedroom house, 1,200 cedis. I don't really like these kind of tiles for the 450 cedis per month, right? But the other ones, are pretty reasonable as compared to Accra. Now, houses for sale, strangely, are selling as almost as expensive as they are selling in Accra, and it's strange. So there's this 4-bedroom house that you can tell is clearly a very old house, selling for 400,000 cedis in Ketu South, right? Denu side, right? 400,000 is an old house. It's probably going to require a lot of renovation. So as you can see on your shot, I'm sure there will be cracks, there'll be structural integrity issues, there will be maybe some rising damp issues, there will be some painting and renovation and all that. So you can see the walls are cracked and all that. But 400,000 cedis, you can buy it and do something good with it. You can even break it and then, reconstruct the whole thing, right? So there's this 400,000. Then there's a 1.8 million cedis 5-bedroom house in Ho for sale. So this is what a 5-bedroom house in Ho looks like. And the person is not showing us the house. The person is showing us the wall. Is he sure that he's the person who owns the house? There's not even a single picture of the house. So we can't trust this. We need to always beware of scammers when we are purchasing. Then there's a recently completed 3-bedroom house, which is selling for 700,000 cedis, again in Ho. So this is a single story, concrete jungle. People are copying the things that are being done in Accra. It looks like a typical house that you'd see in Accra. And it looks like a typical house that will cost the same amount in Accra, right? And then there are uncompleted houses for sale. Again, somebody is selling a house for 1.6 million cedis over here, which I think is pretty expensive. But yeah, Etonem, I'll come to you in just a minute. The decor and everything looks really nice. But this is modernization. This is building things that look a lot like what you see in Accra and selling for Accra kind of prices. 1.6 million Ghana cedis. So yeah, Etonem, please come in and then share your thoughts.
Okay, so I'm seeing 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right? Now the prices that we are mostly seeing are prices that are influenced by the prices of the things in Accra, right? When you actually go there, the same thing you're seeing for 2,000 a month, right? Somebody's renting it for like 3,000 a year. Now, it is posted online because of competition, right? And they want you that you are coming from, wherever you're coming from, because you are going to go to Gigi to look for the apartment. And once you go on Gigi, I'm not going to be posting 3,000 a year, right? It means that if somebody else is making in Accra 3,000 a month, I can also make that money. But when you actually go there, you will get similar apartments for 3,000 a year because nobody is actually renting these things there. It's obviously not the people that live there that will be renting this for 3,000 a month, right? Where you will find a group of nursing students who are coming there for short stay and those things. They will not rent it for 3,000 a month. And the people who build there know that you barely get people to rent for this amount of money. These things, these prices may be accurate, but when you go there yourself, right? Unlike Accra, when you come, once your neighbor hears that the next person is selling for 4,000 a month, then he also raises his own, and he and his neighbor will have a conversation. When you go there, people are not coming there on a regular for them to even have the purchasing power and say that, oh, if you not rent, be then go. They need the money. They want the money. For certain people, they want the money. So they will reduce the prices for you. Let me add that.
All right. So thank you so much. Now, it's very interesting. I got interviewed about a month to 2 months ago. And in the interview, the interviewer asked me that if I could live in any part of Ghana, where would I want to live, right? And guess where I said? I said who? And I want us to watch my explanation because this video was posted this week, but the interview was done over a month to 2 months ago. And it's just strange that it's coinciding with all the discussions happening now. So let's go and listen to my explanation and let me come back. So, Ho is a very significant town in Ghana. It has historical significance. Apart from that, it also has a lot of hills, mountains, and I like nature, right? So when you see those hills and mountains, one, it's away from the city center. 2, food is very cheap, relatively cheaper than in Accra.
Obviously.
3, the quality of air that you are breathing is way better than the polluted air in
1,000
Accra.
times better.
4, the people are very welcoming. 5, there are still opportunities because it's underdeveloped.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. There's an airport that is not in use. So it means that there's opportunity. There are businesses that are not, you can't find over there. It means there's opportunity for tourism. Like there are mountains in the Volta region, there are waterfalls, there are so many things that
Natural
people travel
resources.
all the way from different countries in the world to come and look at.
Yeah.
Right. So it means that there's a lot of opportunity. And so, one, today the land is very cheap. And 2, if you buy a lot of land, in 10 years, you are rich. Right. So those are some of the reasons why I would want to live as far away as, and it's not so far, as close to Akosombo. If you want to go and chill with your significant other, it's not too far. It's also not too far from the border that if you want to transact and do economic activities, you can't do. Right. I think it's very well situated. And then there's also the, it's close to these, how do Adan places,
Yeah,
right? Where you can
that's
go
true.
and, so it's significantly positioned.
Yeah. The way he sold who to me is like, tomorrow I'm just picking a card to go and scout
Straight.
for a land, because it's almost like I've never heard, you've spoken it to me like in such a way that I've never like seen whole.
Yeah.
Right. So I think there's something that we could also do, how we are able to tell the stories of the different towns in
Yeah.
Ghana. Because anytime anybody travels to Ghana, it's a cra, and it don't go beyond that. But it's how we tell the stories
It's
of
how
the
we tell the
different
stories.
of the
Yeah.
different cities that we have. So is this what you do on like on
Okay, so I mean, the full video is there. Anytime anybody wants to go and watch, you can just search for the Aquaba podcast. I share a lot of tips, nuggets, and things like that. So, sorry. This for me has always been something I've been passionate about. Ho is a beautiful place. There's a lot of opportunity, but we need to look at how we are going to develop it. Yesterday also, we were interviewed somewhere, and I was talking about the fact that even in places like Hoa and stuff like that, if we want to build these kind of vacation homes and all, we need to properly plan the city. In Ghana, we don't do proper planning. Everybody just wakes up and starts building houses anywhere at all, and it's a bit frustrating, right? There should be a proper plan for the place. Don't just go and buy the land and start building. Make sure that if you are building an estate, you are going to make sure there's a police station, there are hospitals, there are supermarkets, there are schools, there's everything that people need to be able to live on a day-to-day basis. Don't just go and build your townhouses and start charging expensive money and move outside of the country. Hope says, good evening, I'm so late. Oh, you're not late at all. The replay is always there, you can always watch. Afro Carib says, watching from Oshawa, Canada. Wow, interesting. And I think you are from Jamaica or Brazil. Let us know. Right. And for me, this is what we are talking about today. The Volta region. Etonam, what do you want to say before we get ready to wrap up?
So I want to urge everybody to visit the Volta region. Please don't build your vacation house there. You can build your vacation house in Accra. And I mean, stay safe, but don't build your vacation house in the Volta region. Leave it for the rest of us, all right? And if you're coming to build, please make sure that whatever you're building will provide jobs for people. If you are going to build something and invest in the agri or invest in the people there, we appreciate you very much for that. But don't build your 16 bedrooms and your 20 bedrooms and leave it. And those of you that are looking for cheap lands, don't go and build at the Ramsar sites as well because you want cheap land. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Etonam, for sharing your thoughts. And I don't see anybody else wanting to join the live chat. So we are going to say thank you very much for watching this video. Let us know all your thoughts, whether you agree with us or disagree. Comment and let us know. Now, the good thing is this channel turned 3 years this week. And I created this channel in 2022, 12th May. And today is 18th May. Tomorrow will be 1 week past our 3-year anniversary. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has been a part of this very amazing journey. On 12th May, people even engaged us and sent us money. Can you imagine, Charlie? People are showing us a lot of love because it was also my birthday. I started a channel on my birthday, and so we turned 3. And I want to say thank you for sticking and staying with us. Can you share the good news about Africa Building Hub with as many people as possible? We want to reach 100,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. So if you like our videos and you've not yet subscribed, subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos, share our videos with as many people as possible. Again, if you want to do any kind of business with us, right, we have our email here. Just send us an email if you want consultation sessions, you want us to advertise your products, your house for sale, for rent, etc. You have land, genuine lands for sale, send us an email. We'll see how best we can help you. And then again, if you want to purchase solar cameras for your building project, these are 4G powered solar cameras that you can use to monitor your building project from anywhere in the world. Then send us an email. One is 3,300 Ghana cedis. It uses a 4G SIM, and from your phone, you can monitor the progress of your building project to keep your artisans honest, your caretaker honest. Thank you so much for sticking and staying with us. Haji Ajamu Abdul Mumin says, please, can you give us price of cement now? Cement is ranging between 120 cedis to 145 cedis. I'm going to do a dedicated video for you this week, I promise you, on the cost of building materials, the most used building materials when you are building. So sand, cement, stones, iron rods, wood, nails, and stuff like that. I'm going to put the video up. So please subscribe and we'll update you. We've collated the prices from different areas. They are varying, right? We've seen 118, we've seen 124, we've seen 145 in different areas. We'll tell you the area, we'll tell you how much it's going to cost you. So if you want to support us also in donations, whatever, our email is there, contact us. Efton, your final closing words as we get ready to leave, or you are done. Right. So thank you so much for watching. We wish you a very blessed week. See you same time, God willing, next week. Have a very blessed week. Thanks, baby. And if you watch up to this point, comment Wode is not in trouble. And then I know that you watched till the end of the video, whether you're watching the live or the replay. Comment Wode is not